Hello and welcome to anyone who might be watching. I'd like to invite you here today to celebrate the semi-retirement of my current gaming PC. It's a CyberPower GUA 1200 BST. It's actually been really awesome. I've seen some people online that don't hold it in the highest regard, but I paid $750 for it about 3 years ago, and up until very recently, it's punched above its weight. I mean, the tech is a little bit last gen, but it'll still run anything nicely. Arkham City looks good. Resident Evil 2 Remake plays excellently. The only things that it has trouble with are modded Minecraft because of the limitation of only 8 gigs of RAM, and for some reason the Alpha 18 of 7 Days to Die has become almost unplayable. Sorry there, I flubbed a little bit. But it's still a good one. I'm not getting rid of it, just gonna go for a little bit of an upgrade here soon. Let's turn it on and let you hear it. This is another issue. Oh, gotta flip the switch. Safety first with electricity. See, it's a bit loud now. I don't recall it being this loud when I first got it. It might very well have been. It's just I'd never noticed it before, but once you do notice it, you can't unnotice. But it doesn't distract much from when you're using it. Still a very good PC. I would recommend it if you'd like a good gaming rig on a budget. Like I said, I got it 3 years ago. You might be able to find this thing brand new for $500 or less now. But we'll go ahead and let it rest a little more. As I said, it's time for an upgrade, so I would like to introduce you to my new gaming PC, which I built myself. Now, be gentle with me if you'd like to give some feedback, because I know I could have done things better. I could have gotten better parts, maybe even done a better aesthetic, but this was more of what I was shooting for the budget that I was going for. When I first started building it, I wanted to do it for less than $1,000, and I wanted something that was going to be superior in all ways to my existing gaming PC. And I came in at just under about $985 on this build. It was a very good learning experience too, because I'd never built one. This was a project that was fun, frustrating, and rewarding. And soon enough, I'm going to start uploading some more videos coming from this one and the other as well. But now that it's here, it's good. It was quite the journey getting it here. I'm very happy with it, and I will continue to use some piece or part of this in the future. Later on, I may upgrade it with liquid cooling. I would like to get a better graphics card one day, you know, as time needs. But the outdated CyberPower lasted me for over 3 years now, and counting still. So I'm hoping that this one I can make last for the next decade. Whether or not that's realistic, time will tell. But I'll go over some of the parts that I've got in it. The motherboard is the MSI X470 Gaming Plus. Got this one actually on a discount. The seller was liquidating some stock, so I got this for about $132, I think. Same thing for the Ryzen 7 CPU in it. This one, I got this one at a very heavy discount. I paid, I believe, $98 for this one. The coolant fans in it are these wonderful little V-True rigs. They look nice. I know they're not the best in the world, but they're very quiet. They move a good amount of air considering, and they went with the overall aesthetic for what I was looking for with the PC. I like the red and black. Those colors really complement. And I'd originally wanted to do liquid cooling, a custom build, but as time went along with this one, I began to realize I was running out of space inside the case. So I had to make some sacrifices. That's why I don't have another fan down here. As you can see, my wiring here, if that went up at a 90-degree angle, then I could have put the last fan. Unfortunately, I don't exactly know what that cable is called, so I can't look for one. If anyone knows, help me out. So I ended up doing some research, and I went with a heat piping coolant system. This is the Allseye 8120RD. Look for that in Mandalorian Season 2. It's got a nice little setup. Excuse me, flubbing again there. Be gentle, my first time here on YouTube. But it's got multiple heat pipes, a wonderful aluminum heat sink, double fans, and the way these fans are set up, the air intake comes on this end, the output is on the other end, and I've got this fan turned to where it will pull this hot air out. The fans you see on the bottom will be blowing air upward, as well as the top fans blowing it. The back two blow air upward, the front one blows air inward, as well as I've got fans here in the front. My reasoning behind it was I wanted to make a cyclic wind tunnel to keep air moving up across the graphics card, the motherboard, and the coolant system. You can never keep a good PC too cool, and even the strongest of computer materials can be badly damaged with heat. But a little more into what we've got in here. The case is a Goldenfield. I'm not sure of what model or make. The only other thing that I could find on the shipping crate that it came in was the number 21. And a lot of writing in Mandarin, which I'm unable to read, unfortunately. So, sorry on that one. The graphics card, this is one of the only two things that I cheaped out on and bought used. This is the MSI GTX, I want to say 1060, correct me if I'm wrong there, 6 gigabyte. I got that one for about $150 at auction. The seller had previously used it in a Bitcoin mining machine and had very detailed records of how long he'd used it, the power load that the machine used, and generally a lot of descriptors. That tells me that it wasn't someone trying to scam something broken. Because when you can give information that can be backed up, it's good to think about. Unfortunately, the card itself is rather heavy and only came with one mounting screw plus what came with my PC case. So I picked up this up here graphics card brace to help stabilize it some, because this thing weighs probably 3 pounds, and that kind of weight on the motherboard just really made me nervous. Especially considering the motherboard itself is a little bit bulky, so it's hard for me to be confident in the weight distribution with something the size of a PS2 holding 3 pounds just hanging off the side from one clip. So we put that in there for a little bit of security. My RAM here, let me try to zoom in, yeah. XPG Adatas. These are each 8 gig chips, 2400 hertz. Those are the other thing that I went used with. Only because when I first started the journey on this one, I wanted to simply upgrade the RAM and the cyber power, and was ignorant of the difference between DDR3 and DDR4. I am by no means an expert. I am learning as I go with this one. But got them all. I believe the grand total on each of those came out to average it out to about $40 each. Heat pipe was $70. Each of these V-True fans ran me $10 a piece. My power source, I've got a Shark Tech 1000 water, because I wanted to make sure that I could power all these bells and whistles that I wanted to put in this thing. Once again, aesthetics. But you've listened to me ramble long enough, so let me power it on. This is the official waking up of my wonderful little Frankenstein creation that has given me so much stress and so much joy. So, without further ado, once again, I got to flip this switch. Safety with electricity. Better safe than sorry. Okay. There we go. Thing of beauty. And very, very quiet compared to the Cyber Power. It came out with the aesthetic that I wanted. Looks great. Sounds great. Very soon I'm going to drop another hard drive in it. I currently have a 4 terabyte Seagate. Unfortunately, I'm a bit of a data user, so that's not going to be enough for me. I've got another 8 terabyte drive coming to put in, and once that's here, I'm going to go ahead and get it programmed. But this is my baby. All the work that I put into it. Let me turn the Cyber Power back on. Kill the lights, and we'll end with a nice little light show here. Once again, I'd like to thank everyone here for this occasion. I appreciate you listening to me ramble. If you liked anything that you saw or heard, feel free to come back by soon. I'll try to keep uploading some more in the future. I'd like to make a good go of YouTubing. But anyway, thank you all for coming, and see you next time.